G'day everybody. You know what I'd love to see leaders do? Be a real leader and lead your people. And you know how you'd find out at least a hint of a real leader like that? That is, have a look at them. What are they doing with the people's money? If the people's, any of their people, are suffering and low in any income in any part of their government system, they better make sure they're not overspending in any way. So when they travel, because their economy's not doing well, so they're in now. The economy's not doing well. So they better pull up. This is what I would do. Pull up on spending money, definitely them and their people, and go, okay, we need to get to A to B, but how cheaply can we get to A to B? Can we buy some time or can't we buy some time? Work it out all properly to make sure it makes sense. Right? Don't go get a jet and then cruise in a nice first class and all that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And order extra food. Make some sandwiches up. How's that for working for the people? Bring in your own lunch and your own dinners. What do you reckon? Save some money. And the money you save, because you show the people that you're there for them, you put it back into the people. You go, look, I'm going to put this money I could have spent, like the old ones used to do. Look, it'll even help you out. The old leaders used to do this, but look, I've saved even extra money. Plus all the other cool things you can do, of course, and fix up. But that's just one thing, eh? That would show that you're a true leader. If leaders can't do that, then it doesn't really, and their country's doing well, they should do well. That's how I see it. Leaders can now cruise in first class. He did well to his people. The people are doing well. They can afford it. They're not in debit now. They can afford it. No worries. I'm not saying that leaders have to be poor in any way. Just saying leaders should lead properly and do it right. Lead by example, as they say. But you hear leaders these days go, it's not what I do, it's what I tell you to do. Stop looking at what I do, just do what I tell you to do. And that's wrong. It's not a way to lead. People don't look up to things like that. So the best way to lead is to lead by example. So if you want a better world, you better make sure that you're leading by example. So the Prime Minister, if he's around rubbish and he wants to talk about rubbish and clean, and he's around it, he should pick it up. He sees rubbish on there, pick it up, keep talking about it. But if he's doing that, or lots of leaders are doing that, hopefully people will follow. And if they don't, then they can talk about the people and go, what's going on here, people? Like every time we go out, we pick up 10 bits of rubbish and we do this and we do that. We go to these restaurants that help out. We order food. We don't promote badness onto animals and all that kind of stuff. The more they do that, the quicker. I don't understand why they can't just do all of it. Go, all right, now this is what we're going to start doing. That's how I see things, and I could do it if I needed to. And I had some people help me out like they do. You have your team. I see no reason why a team couldn't get that organised. But let me know in comments if I'm wrong, if I get into your course, because that's why I'm about to leave. This is going to be one of the last posts. And I'm going to maybe post up something on a different platform. But I'm thinking I'm not going to do any more posts until I get a few things sorted. But I thought I'll leave this one out with you about leadership. And I hope I end up seeing this because you know what? Who really wants to lead? Leading is hard work. What motivates someone to want to lead, how I see it, a proper lead, is a person who's just fed up with it and he just wants it to change. If you look back in history like the guy in Braveheart and all that kind of thing, he just wants to fix things. He doesn't want to be a ruler like you have a lot of these leaders we hear about. They just get in there and cruise around and nothing ever changes. They can't even do half of their promises. You know what I mean? Those type of people, we're still getting them. And they come up with a million excuses, which we can in this world. We can got an excuse book you can go back on at any time that's easily accepted, which is sad. And that's because of the leaders that we have that uses those things. And if we have leaders that use them, well, the people are going to do it, aren't they? So that's why I say the best leaders are the ones that set the truest examples and lead with example. That's all they need to do. And then I'm sure that they'll when they're happy that what they've wanted to achieve to do, they achieve it, and then someone else can come in, and there's always better ways of doing things. Things change and upgrade, and someone else will step in, and so on, who wants to try that job out. Because you wouldn't want to lead all the time. It's a half a life. Some people do. If you enjoy it, do it. I don't mind doing it every now and then, but I wouldn't want to do it too much because leadership is very hard. It's hard job to do, and it's a very busy job. A lot of things you really need to do. But doing it for a little while is okay. It's like a little mission. But to me, that's how I see it. But doing it forever, I wouldn't want to do. Wouldn't want to be a leader forever. Oh, I want to live my life. I want to go out there and enjoy it. That's what I prefer to do. I wouldn't want to be a rock star if I can help it, because you know how much they get attacked and assessed over everywhere they go. They get videoed wiping their ass in a public toilet or something like that. You know what I mean? And that's not freedom, is it? And I'm not saying fans should be fans, but fans these days, you have crazy fans, don't you? So you don't want to go too big. It's all right to be known in a town or something like that. I see is fine, but worldwide's pushing it. And if it ever happens, it happens. I guess you have to deal with what happens in life, but it's something I wouldn't want to strive for. I'd rather strive for people to look up to me like just a person that's got money and he's doing the right thing. Like a rich person. I admire rich people because they can go out and do the right thing and no one will bother them. I hope one day more of the 1%ers will stop saving money and start going out and doing the right thing and doing it the right way. Anyway, bye people. I've had me blab. It's pretty much the same kind of things I've been blabbing about, except a little bit about what I think leaders should do about saving money. And make sure you do the research too, because when it comes to leadership too, you've got to make sure your team's a good team, because it's like a chain. So if you have one corrupted person in your team or one person not doing their job, it can make you all look bad. So when you make that team, you just make sure it's a good team you can trust, like an army team, a squadron. You got to trust everybody in there. And as soon as you can't trust someone, even if they're your friend, or they're just not quite suitable for that job, and that's okay. You can get someone that can do it better. You give people time off and they can get back into another thing. Sometimes people think they don't need a change job, but sometimes it helps for them. And I know that myself. So if someone's coming in to take over and they're better than you, and you've done it for a while, and you don't want to become better, like, people should get opportunities to go, look, that's what boss is all about, isn't it? They go, well, you're getting a bit behind, or this one, we can find this one better, and you tell the person you got now, and can you keep up with that? And if they can't, well, they're the type of people you got to let go. That's how I see it. Well, you got someone in better, and they're just good, and they've got a family, and and you can't keep up with the job anymore. You're not efficient. That's what leaders should learn to do in all sorts of jobs, is just move on. Even though they know they can stay there, it's in you, isn't it? So I'm not saying that people should just leave their job when someone comes in better. You'll know the decision. I just wish that people would make the true decisions. They don't deep within, but they don't. We all panic about money and losing jobs and stuff like that. But it does cause a lot of issues when people don't really say their inner truth within them and how they feel. And if they know if they're truly right for where they are. Anyway, bye. I'm definitely blabbing too much, and I might get into trouble for things I say, and that's why I'm backing off, as I don't need any more issues when it comes to talking about freedom. There's plenty of clips up about freedom and what freedom we have, and we all know what freedom we have is we can speak. Only the government allows us to speak those words. And that's a sad point now, because as far as I'm concerned, freedom of speech, videoing things that are not a trap, just, say you're videoing things and things happen, it should be freedom of speech until the final judgment of truth comes out for whatever problems of those videos or whatever people do. I reckon things should just happen until the final result. But things don't happen like that these days. What I've noticed is people can just go, well, they've got this claim, they're doing this first, and they're bigger and this and that and this. And people got to stop with that. But anyway, millions of people have mentioned this, and I'm over mentioning it. So good luck, and see you later. Bye-bye.